Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar, and finally we got an update on the Gotva Prime's mechanics. When this one came out, I got my hands on it and we got this testing and creating a full and detailed build guide. It had a very interesting and still has an interesting mechanic. It would appear that it would red crit about 5% of the time without any actual reason. Now we don't really have that kind of mechanic in Warframe unless of course you count the turret, but then again I fear that's something else entirely. We're gonna tackle the turret's random crits some other time. For the time being, a whole lot of you did a lot of testing. Thank you so much to Woodsky, to VX7X, to Thomas, everybody that went out, tested and kind of relayed their findings. It scales off a status chance, it scales off of a number of statuses, it does more red crits if you do this, if you do that. Now obviously none of these were 100% accurate, which kind of led me to push on the developer to say, hey Zach, do you mind, can you clarify this for us? And thankfully the awesome guy that he usually is, he did clarify and we got some official information regarding the actual Gotva mechanics. So no more guesswork, mostly. It would appear that the flavor text of the Gotva Prime was not complete and it's missing its status effects have a chance to inflict super critical hits. But that didn't really line up with reality because you could easily get red crits on a target without getting a status effect. Now after a bit of back and forth between me and Zach, finally we got full clarification. Once you proc a status effect, your next shot has a chance to be a super critical hit, that whole 300% going to red and all whatnot. Now they also didn't want to disclose what's the actual chance to get that red crit, but again we can test for this, it's pretty simple, it's basic math. In the meantime, that means that the build for the Gotva Prime should change a little bit. Okay, I need status effects. The beauty about status effects is the fact that they have no actual limit. Much like critical chance, if you go over 100% status chance, it means that the same damage instance can generate multiple status effects, which is fantastic. So the build for the Gotva Prime will be taking a bit of a turn. Well, you can take it into a number of different ways, but this is something I would recommend. Believe it or not, Hammer Shot, the once meme mod, becomes a best in slot. It gets you status chance and critical damage, exactly what you need. Also, considering how often the weapon crits, you can even drop critical chance in favor of another status effect, so you get more galvanized aptitude and of course more status chance. For example, you can run something like vital and heat like I'm running. Or another idea is to use corrosive and cold with the cold primary arcane. That's another fantastic idea. As you can see, we're using Hammer Shot, there's no Bane mod, nothing of the sort, and we're gonna be hitting a couple of corrupted heavy goons, 165 as per the usual, with the steel path modifier on, so you can see exactly how this one functions. Boom! And you're seeing a whole lot of red, aren't you? And you're seeing a whole lot of white and yellow as well. Look at that! Stacking up, absolutely destroying whatever stands before me. So there you go, my friends, this is how the mechanic works. But everything is still not fully clear now, is it? What's the actual chance? Now, in order for us to get a proper indication of the actual chance, just to get an accurate ballpark, what we're gonna be needing is 100% status chance on the weapon, and we're not going to be playing with anything else. Then we're just going to be applying basic math, essentially fire 100 bullets, see how many of them were red crits, and that's going to be your chance to get that fantastic super critical strike, aka tier 3. Future Leyzar here, not just one test, you should do multiple and then average everything out for more accuracy. 105% status chance. Now of course you can also drop one from perma rounds or high voltage and get it closer to 100, but this is gonna be good enough for a proper estimation. Now we're gonna be hitting our targets and seeing exactly how many red crits do we actually get. And after a bit of testing, it looks like the chance to get that super crit after you get a status chance is roughly 10-ish%. Let me know in the comment section down below what your testing has yielded. And I do believe, my friends, that is pretty much it. In case you didn't get the Gotva Prime, you couldn't tune into TennoCon, don't worry about it. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of opportunities in the future. And while the gun is subjectively cool looking, it's not one of the best primaries in the game. Before I go, special thanks to DE Zach for sticking with us and helping us clarify everything. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!